Okay, welcome everyone. Welcome. Ooh, yeah, I was booking it down here. Is it, is it like many different things all going on and trying to get communications out? And also, I still have to do some studying and credentialing. My background in the JOB is insurance, and so I only got part of it done. I have another part to do. I have a deadline. And so many things going in, but guess what? Just breathing through it all, and everything is going to work all together at the divinely appointed time anyway. So I just always remind myself of that. But it's really great to see everybody. So I wanted to talk about um Pluto, man, the planet Pluto. When Pluto comes around, Pluto really digs very, very deep, 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 deep and is transformative. And so, the whole big thing with Pluto is that after 240 years, I think it's 243 years, because it has such a very long, long, long orbit around the sun. It made a change on the 19th, or it's making a change on the 19th. That's tomorrow. That's yeah, November 19th. So it's leaving Capricorn and it's going into Aquarius. And a lot, just, astrologically, but also all of us really just observing, whether you're talking about prophecies or whether you're talking just intuitive and have everybody have a feeling that we're on the precipice of great change and great transformation. Some of this for some people is very scary. They're very anxious, and there's a lot, unfortunately, the great old controlling, manipulating factor of fear. Okay, fear. It's rampant. It's rampant. And what we got to do is remember, as Mother Mary said, you know, it is so important now because we're not out of the woods. We are not out of the woods. We're still into this whole thing going in. And while this is all happening, okay, while there's all potentials are coming in, all these timelines are coming in, okay, what we can do is avoid the drama. Don't feed into drama, okay? And I'm going to tell you, there is lots of drama wanting to suck you in. It's purposeful. It's purposeful. And so now this time especially. So it is going to be real important. I tell you what I do. I give you a chat. I'll share what I do. Okay. And you find yourself in the midst of a whirlwind or, a challenge or misunderstanding or attack, outgrown attack, that's out there too. And and uh and you just find yourself in this. So in communicating, what I do, and I've done it for a long time, I slow my speech down and I speak more softly. Not only does that bring me into my center because I can feel the energies, the chaos, the irritation, all of that wanted to, the thing that you may want to react as opposed to being in your mastership and act. Two different things, to react and to act. I found myself in positions that I had to get myself in alignment to act and not react. And I'm seeing out there all this stuff going on because there's such a range of emotions that have been, it's not new, but now it's on the, it could even be more extreme, from great elation all the way to the despots of despair in the same human family. Light workers rise above all of that. now may be affecting a lot of people, and it does. If you're empath, you're sensitive, okay, you're picking up on the collective unconscious, okay, and it can have an effect on you too, and you have to understand what that is. And you see, this is not me. This is not me. I'm just going what it is, and you do what you need to do to all of a sudden you start getting irritated, or your heart starts spacing. I'm like, why am I feeling like this? Or you get, why am I feeling like this? Because you are part of this stream of energy that's happening here now on so many different levels and great change. And so the big trap is, I'm not going to say, and that's the word, is trap. Trap. There are traps all over now that want you to fall into the trap, to get off your center, to get upset, to go through, the whole whatever disturbance in your field, okay? And you have to say, I'm not falling into any of those traps. And it is a conscious effort. It is a conscious effort because it's all around, like little snapping little dogs, like, you have to go breathe and say, I choose to walk in my mastery. I choose not to engage in the collective upheaval. I'm not going to contribute my energy to that. I can rise above that, always from a place, because when you are going to be in this chaos and you're challenged, okay, you take a deep breath and you are in your mastery when something cannot rattle your cage. And as you practice it over and over and over, it's like you build an immunity to it, where you can be in your center, in the midst of chaos, to the point where you begin to calm the chaos around you. And then you have those situations that are in shock, like, why aren't you reacting? Why? Because, and then it may cause those dynamics to take a step back. And because what's happening, and this was given to me years and years ago, and some of you know about this, I had a very, very significant experience where a guide was telling me how humanity was being manipulated. And what I saw very clearly, if you can imagine, some of you remember this, but I'll repeat it again for those who have not heard it. I saw how you would see a lucent tube, and how, a lava lamp. So you could imagine a lava lamp that was horizontal, and it was going like this, back and forth. And the idea behind it was that it needed like to stop, to be balanced, but it couldn't. It was going from seesaw, and it was like an energetic trying from a higher realm to come down to create the perfect trinity, if you will, to keep the polarities in balance. And that's the visual that I saw. And then what I got with that was that humanity is being manipulated through the reptilian brain, which is one of the most ancient parts of the human development. It is the flight or fight response. It is the emotional preparedness, of survival. Now we're beyond the survival point. We're way beyond. We've evolved beyond survival. But that mechanism is still being used on the human population to get them into separateness. You're different from me, or you didn't agree with me, and this whole thing like that means if you're not exactly like me, okay, then you're something else. And that's where the illusion of separation comes in. And when you have that extreme polarity in those things, is what Mother Mary said, where wars come about. And this is an ancient, ancient tool that has been taking place. Now, the good news is this: humanity is waking up. And there are those of us who have awakened and come from perhaps other star systems and other dimensions. And we come here and we immediately know something's wrong. Something's very wrong. Okay, something's wrong here. Okay, all of us have felt that. So whether that happened as a child or when you had your spiritual awakening, is like, okay. And it's your soul pulse trying to wake you up to say, this, I like this, a lady by the name of Carrie Kay. I really like her a lot. She says, this is the false matrix. This is the false matrix. And at some point, even when you didn't understand, why am I picking up crystals? Why am I doing this? Why do I feel I want to just look at the stars? Why do I have 100 books in my library? Some I haven't even gotten to read yet. Okay. Why do I do this like subconscious thing I'm doing, but somehow I feel I should do it? Is because it's that part of you that's pulling you to wake the rest of you up. To wake the rest of you up. You start waking up a little increments like, okay, I got this. And then at some point you're like, oh my God. Oh my gosh. Then you have different reactions of people like, oh, there's some that fall into victimhood. Look what happened to the human race, and it's not fair, and we shouldn't have done that. And they manipulated with our DNA. No, no, no. And I understand sometimes it's shock. What about for those people that just come to the understanding that we're not the only ones in the multiverse? There are those people that like, no, we take for granted, yeah, everybody knows it's extraterrestrials, right? I mean, we can't be the only one. No, there are people that, honestly, God, they don't know that. They don't know that. And it's shocking to us, like, what? You don't know that? And I always had a friend of mine that said, Brenda Mayberry, she says, you've gone too far when their eyes begin to glaze over. That's what she would say. So you do have to be discerning. Of course, it's not your job to, shake up somebody's paradigm. They have to do it on their own. But, what happens when there is and there will be, it's probably going to be easier to wake up in increments, with more grease and age. It's like you start to unfold in your consciousness and your awareness, and then you start getting, well, first there is other life. Okay, there are extraterrestrials. Wait a minute, I'm beyond this physical body. Hey, I have consciousness. Hey, I could try. Hey, I have outer body. Hey, I haven't. All as it starts to happen until you get to a point where you level up and kind of base off on that, but there's always going to be another leveling up. Okay. But we are here, okay, to be, as Jesus the Christ said, to be the light, to shine the light on the false matrix, to shine on the light that you have every right to be your authentic self. You are made in the image of the divine that has made you perfect. Why would you want to change that for some external perception that's even coming from the divine? But that is the false matrix. That is the false programming. Now, we come from the higher heart of compassion and unconditional love. I can't go out there and tell somebody that, maybe is not awake, hey, you're such an idiot. Boy, how stupid are you? I can't do that. That's not my place to do that. I have to come from compassion because it's what the masters do. They always come from that. And even when you are attacked, and listen, light workers are attacked, right? If you're a leader, you're attacked. But what are you going to react? No, no. Jesus said, as he's hanging on the cross, suffered unimaginably. God, forgive them, for they know not what they do. He didn't tell them all. He didn't say you're a bunch of idiots. I've been trying to give you some good news and you can't even recognize that. He didn't tell them that. He said, forgive them. They know not what they do. So with the astrological dynamics, not just that, there's many layers, but this is a biggie with the planet Pluto. Okay, Pluto comes with really deep, 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 deep transformation and change. And is moving out of Capricorn and is moving, well, I guess it's tomorrow, the 19th, moving into Aquarius. And what that means, Aquarius and the planet Uranus is one of great change and shocking. It can just come like lightning out of the sky, out of the blue. Boom. And so we want, but it's good. It's good. It's actually Pluto being in Aquarius is a very good thing because what that's telling me, ladies and gentlemen, this is not a test. We are going through the ascension process. We are going through the changes. We are going through the prophecies, okay, from all cultures that talked around this time. There was a time when you would say, well, one day that'll happen. One day that'll happen. One day. Okay. It's no longer one day. We're witness to it. It's happening now. And we have been called to be prepared for this exact time. Now, the path is narrow. Jesus said the path is narrow. It is. Okay. And it takes sometimes you fall off, you get back on, you fall off, but to go to the point of victory requires you, one, to be in your balance. Because then you can't get that connection of the higher self that you want taking charge in your life. Higher self, hello. Okay. Have that. And that's been going on. That's been going on in these meditations and other things. It's like this real recognition of the I am presence. The I am presence. Like something bigger in me is like kind of taking control. Good. Good. Because it brings it to a whole nother level and it's moving up into fifth dimensional living. We are already, many of us, operating fifth dimensional, still being in a physical three-dimensional world. But now there's going to be the changing of our bodies, which that's been happening. Yes. Yes. And you have to absolutely believe that that is true, that you can reverse aging, then you can get better. I don't care what condition you have. Okay. There is this whole thing, whatever it is, you can move into not the entropy, which is what's pulling you down, but the centropy that pulls you up. To tap into that requires, again, walking your path of mastery, the higher heart of compassion and unconditional love, discernment, but not judgment. That's what Mother Mary said. She said, the way to get through this time, okay, is non-judgment, unconditional love. So that is a whole rewiring of our brains. Because I'm like, okay, maybe I could be wrong. Maybe there's a possibility that I could be incorrect. Wow. To really begin to say, okay, and I'm open. I'm open. There's some people that close that this is the way to, no, I'm open. Maybe I'm open to see. I'm not going to judge. I'm going to discern, but I'm not going to judge. Because at the end of the day, we are all connected. We're all entangled with one another. And how we're going to raise this is for those particularly who came on a mission, which would be us. We came here on a mission. We had to acclimate into human life and take that on. And probably many of us have many, many lifetimes on here, just trying to get used to the place. Okay. Until we come to this time, this point in time of this great alchemy. And what's important, and I want to share with everybody, this is what has been really the focus. And this is all fairly recent. Okay. And it's just been drumming into this, that we are the greatest alchemist because we are grabbing the divine and bringing in the higher vibrations of this ascension while being in a human body. They're like, this is unprecedented. To be in a human experience and grab onto that divinity and to be part of the process to bring this quantum into a higher dimension, a fifth dimensional world, the golden age. We are the birthers of this, and the birthing is taking place right now. So put your scrubs on, boil water, whatever they do in practices, which that never made sense. But the idea is that this is profound time. And the Pluto in Aquarius, to me, is like, wow, that is so on point for this period of time that we're all feeling and sensing, and that you would have Pluto in the age of Aquarius that's going to be completely transformative and bring it into what is Aquarius? About humanity. And we are the age of Aquarius. So the golden age, I am so stoked over this. Even though we're going through the process, we know we're going through all of this right now. We know. We remember to stay centered and to breathe, okay, and not to react, but to act. We know. But I am so stoked because this is tremendous that we are in these physical bodies to experience this, to experience an ascension, actually see it. And what we're going to experience, we're going to see the good, the wonderful, we're going to see the ugly. We're going to see that too. But it's okay because we're going to see ourselves on the other side and bring that wonderful, beautiful energy with us. There's crowds in Shambhala right now going, wow, wow. They're sending their love. We're getting love from all over the multiverse, from all over. They're like, oh my gosh, Guy is getting ready to birth. And the children of light upon the earth who have not forgotten are in the forefront of it. That's what the master's saying. Yeah, they do their stuff. We're like, yeah. But you guys that took on the human suit and risked forgetting everything, okay, and to grab that divinity, the depths of your soul, and to find it and to wave it and to spark it and to grow it and to remember your cosmic memory and everything go on. That's huge. We're the only ones that say, well, who are we? We're just this. No, you don't even know who you are. So I want to convey that. I really want to convey that because absolutely we are in these times. I just remember saying to myself very clearly, I'm like, okay, yeah, I remember like saying, yeah, one day this is going to happen. Yeah, it might happen, probably it'll happen. But, it's one day. It's one day. And it just occurred to me, so no, this is real. It's happening in real time. And you're here not only to witness it, but to help to make it happen, along with all the other light workers that are being, and whichever way that's done, you have the scientists, they have radionics, they have all this, other things. Other people are more like the intuitive, right brain, left brain, middle brain, whatever brain, in every way that you do it, we are all in the process of birthing this new age. So it is critical. And I've taken a lot of time to talk about this because it's that important. It is so critical that we do not fall into the traps. Ladies and gentlemen, do not fall into those traps. If it's not coming where you need to breathe, you need to stay in your center. If you feel something boiling up, you're going to start to react, step back, run away, put a bag over your head, whatever you need to do, intercept it, start breathing. I'll get back to you tomorrow. I can't address this right now. Stay in your center because it's a trap. It's a trap. And when we become discombobulated, and what if we get pissed off? That's never good. Because all kind of kinetic energy can happen with that. All kinds of things you can blow up computers and stuff like that. You don't want to do any of that. So it's really important to stay as centered as you can. Okay, so anyway, I thought that was wow, that was something important to say. I did not bring my flyers, but I do want to talk about something really important. Jill, could you pass the Body, Mind, and Spirit and Dr. Hurtak flyers? They're right on the table. The Body, Mind, and Spirit. So listen, everybody. On Sunday, on Sunday, we're going to have our Body, Mind, and Spirit Expo. That's going to be, I know you're not going to be here. It's going to be, it's going to be fantastic. We have some amazing healers from visiting in town. They're actually going to be here Monday and Tuesday too. Go onto the website. It's going to be on the 24th. So if you want to know who's doing what and what it's all about, all you have to do is go on the calendar of events and look for November 24th. You'll see the Body, Mind, and Spirit Expo. Okay. And you'll see all the intuitives, the readers, the mediums, various spiritual tools for insight, and the healers. And it's just going to be amazing. We used to do this on a regular basis, and it's been a very, very long time since we've done it. So really happy we're getting to do it again. So that's going to be on Sunday, November 24th. For those of you that on the Sophia code, there's going to be an email communication going out actually tonight. I was trying to get it done before I left here, but that is going to be on Saturday, our Sophia code. And so the other very exciting thing is Dr. Hurtak, Dr. J.J. Hurtak of the Keys of Enoch. Now, if you're not familiar, most people are. I did send you the flyer, by the way, yes, Christine, right, to get that out. This is a huge event. So Dr. Hurtak, and you could go to the Academy of Future Science, or you could go to keysofenoch.org. If you're not familiar with this body of work, it's profound. It's Enoch / Metatron. Some huge things have just happened. I'm so excited. I have to like breathe so I could get the thing out. But they have a scroll. The scroll has been cannot be opened, and it came from the highest celestial realms of light in Hebrew, written down. And this is Dr. Hurtak. This is how this all happens. Just writing it, how do you even do that? It's just like a download, and he's just whatever it's doing, he's doing what it is. That's where the Keys of Enoch becoming. The stuff you read is like, oh my God, who can even write this? This is just beyond. Science is just catching up with everything he has to say, just catching up. It's so detailed, but the whole idea, even if you study it, and we do study it, it's even energetic. It's a 7-level teaching. Anyway, the last 10 keys could not be revealed in 40 years. It just started to be revealed recently. Next year, 2025, is the last of the 10 keys that's being revealed. There's no more after that. What's significant, and I talked about how Pluto is going to be in Aquarius, is that this scroll that has been covered, and it's in Israel, and what's his name? The one that bends Uri Geller, the one that used to bend the spoons. Remember Uri Geller? Uri Geller has a museum in Israel, and this is where this scroll has been kept for decades. Dr. Hurtak and Uri Geller at the same time got the message. Now it's time to open the scroll. And they just opened it 2 days ago. Really? Wow. They just opened it. Wow. That's what it is. So when Dr. Hurtak comes here in December, he'll be coming from Mexico, okay, right after the scroll has been opened. So I'm like, I want to know what's going on. And I would encourage everybody, if you can, if you're anywhere close in the region, go into it's the Keys of Enoch, Dr. Hurtak. It's going to be on the 6th, 7th, and 8th of December. Just go onto the calendar of events, click anyone, the 6th, 7th, 8th, it tells you everything. The lecture on the 6th is open to everybody. If somebody says, oh, I don't have any money, I can't pay, that's okay. They're like, no, the information. And then, of course, they're going to have the workshops on the Saturday, the 7th. and the Sunday the 8th. But the information is profound. I plan on going to the last Easter conference with the last book on in 2025 and, to have that experience. And we will be equipped for what's to come. We will be equipped. And I know we have a lot of timelines on what we're going to be doing, all of us today. Whoever is here is supposed to be here at any moment in time. It's like I'm getting so clearly that we're going to very focus on the Christed timeline. There's many timelines that are converging right now. Okay, and what we want to do to bring the Christed timeline, to bring as many people, to come. There may be the few that are the diehards. I'm not going, well, okay, you'll start all over again, but you'll get your chance at some point. But there is the opportunity for those that are ready and prepared to make this quantum leap into the Christed timeline. Let's broaden that timeline so everybody can get on there. All life can get on there. And I'm just getting that's what we're going to do. Those of us that are here, we're going to work on that. That's what's going to come in. Wow. Okay. Phew. Okay. All right. We're going to get started here. Oh my goodness.